the truth about time and money. Here's why a lot of you guys aren't hitting your goals. The truth about time and money. Listen, here is how you determine your worth. When you determine your worth, you will stop letting people waste your time. See, I know my worth. So I don't fool with people who spending time with them alone empties my bank account. I know my worth. I have calculated my worth per hour. Make sense? So no, I can't just sit with you for nothing while you complain about what you're not doing. No. But I will tactically take you with me and show you the mistakes you're making while I'm working. I'm not going to sit down with you and have a consultation every week when you get down. It's not going to happen. Hey, Brian, you cold. Look at your results. Look at my results. You might want to get in the freezer for a week, too. Just get in the freezer for 1 week and see what, like, just getting your goal straight being cold just for 1 week. And then when you see those results, don't get so cold you turn into a brick. But I'm just telling you, I don't let people waste my time. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Here's how you calculate how much you're worth. This is what wealthy people do. Watch. If your goal is $150,000 a year, that's your goal, right? All you do now, you say you take 50 weeks in a year because we can give you 2 weeks what? Now, watch this. In business, that's not the 2-week vacation on your job. That's the 2 weeks you took throughout the year where you didn't do nothing. Make sense? I'm going to break it down. That's not the 14 days you didn't do nothing. That's those compound hours you didn't do nothing. It equaled 2 weeks. You've been taken off. Some of y'all been off for 6 months vacation. When you add up all of what we call in our industry, your 0 days means you've been in the business 2 years, but you've been working 3 months. Because we adding up your 0 days. So we're going to give you 2 weeks off of nothingness, but act like you're working 50 weeks a year. You got it? Off time carved in. On your job, you and I both know most people don't no longer work 40-hour what? Work week. So I'm just going, this is just for math's sake, right? We're going to give you a 60-hour work week for yourself. Make sense? Because you got to remember, don't compare this to your job. You got to remember this. In our business, we can work Saturday and Sunday and still have a whole bunch of what? Bunch of fun. Because we can work when we want to work. You understand? This is a mentality here. So don't bring a job mentality to this and be like, dang, Ryan, that look like a lot. No. We're not talking about the same 2 weeks off while you go on vacation. We're not talking about that. And we're talking about 2 weeks spread out over 365 what? Days. And we're not talking about 60 hours a week like your job. We're talking about working 7 days or what? And putting consistent effort in, that compounds. Make sense? Now, what that does when you do the math, you're worth $50 an hour. Watch. So when you spend 15 minutes talking to somebody that ain't doing nothing, you just lost $12.50. Because you worth $50 an hour. And you spent 15 minutes with Mr. Complaining Rep. So take $12.50 out your pocket and away from your goal. That's why you ain't hit. Because you wasting time. I tell people, you can waste my money, don't waste my time. Because I can always get some more money if I put in the time. But you can't get back time. You sitting around with Joe Blow complaining, trying to help them understand why they need a home-based business. Don't worry, it just cost you $12.50. Because we've calculated that for you to hit your goal, you worth $50 an hour. That's what wealthy people do, man. Wealthy people don't mess around just having lunch to shoot the breeze. No, we got to get some stuff done. I have a lunch with you, but we doing tactical stuff if we sit down. Don't ask me to sit down and eat if you think we just about to talk. When you ask me for lunch, we pulling out your cell phone. Yeah, I come to lunch with you. And when I get there, I'm tactical. Let me see your roadmap. Let me see your par sheet. This lunch is over. That's what you needed to know right there. What you thought I was going to come and show you what you're doing wrong and pump you up. No, your roadmap has 0 on it. Your par sheet has no names. You haven't done an in-home meeting in 4 months. Your check is zero. Next question. Now, I won't say it like that to you. To some. Because, see, look, let me tell y'all something, man. If all I do is fluff and puff you, you'll never hit. You're not going to make it. Some of y'all know he didn't. No, he ain't. Can't talk to me. You need to be talked to like that. That's your problem now. You're too sensitive. Everybody now get a trophy. All the kids get a trophy. You can be last place. Everybody at trophy ceremony. Last place. Everybody get the same. Everything now is about fairness. All the kids get a trophy. That's why everybody losing their little competitive edge. That's why America, China whooping their butt. You can't make everybody comfortable all the time and expect the team to grow. Now, you don't have to beat the kids up. You can tell the kids, hey, guys, just be honest with y'all, we came in last place. We got a lot of room for improvement. It was great being your coach this year, but this cannot happen. It's a way to do it. You can't just say the kids suck, but everybody don't get no trophy. This can't happen. And in this business, that's what some of y'all want, man. You really think you're doing a good job. You're not. You're not. And if I don't tell you that, you're going to think that you are. And you're going to look for results that say you are, when you know you could do more. So I did this already, but what task are you doing that does not earn you $50 an hour? That's what you got to ask yourself. What task are you doing that does not earn you $50 a what? Hour. If, you know, based on when you go home and do the math. Make sense? Based on that target. So you got to go do your target. Your target might be, all right, Brian, I want to make $80,000 next year. Okay, cool. You divide that by number of weeks, by 365, blah, blah, and you'll come down to what you make per what. And you don't let nobody dip into that treasure. I'm looking for people that add value to my life, not delete and deplete my account. You got to be making some kind of deposit into me for you to be in my life. Everybody in this room is important to me because you're making this is valuable time. Does that make sense? That's why I give you my all. You can tell because y'all have made a deposit. You're a major part of my life if you want to be a part of this business. So we're making deposits into each other. You're making me a better trainer. I hope I'm making you a better associate. So it's a win-win. Right? This ain't all about me. This is how much I appreciate you. It would be different if I came up here and we did nothing. Man, we ain't learned nothing in Game Changer. That's not going to happen. Because my RAS filter says, learn daily and teach them. That's what my subconscious does. I teach. I don't know how to do nothing else. This is what I do. So you got to decide how much you're worth and find the people and surround yourself with those that put deposits in you. So I got this from a young lady who's a dietitian. And now this makes a lot of sense, but I want to apply it to our business. Never forget this. Never forget this. There are two sides to every business. Two sides. Operations and finance. Most people spend all their time worried about the operations. They don't worry about investing and doing the finance. And that's why a lot of companies go out of business. Your business should be investing in other businesses to make the business profitable even when sales are down. We teach that automatically, right? Well, tonight we're going to flip it. All morning we talked about finance. A lot of y'all suck at operations. You got to get good at both sides of your business. Operations and finance. So, if time is valuable and time is all you have, then you need to make sure you're allocating it to the right things, right? So let me give you an elementary view of operations. Always ask yourself these things to make sure you're not depleting that self-worth that you have in your account, in your pocket. You ready? What do you hate doing? So basically, you got to say to yourself, I hate doing this. My answer to you is stop doing it. Now, people say, well, Brian, I hate my job. The answer is not stop your job. The answer is put things in motion to stop your job. There's always a middle. You can't, I would love if you just quit. Then you'll find out real quick that you should have loved your job. See, you got to understand that. So, there's certain things you hate doing. So we call that we hate doing it, right? Now watch this. There's certain things you can do it, but you got to power through it. You're like, I don't mind doing it, but I don't enjoy doing it, but I don't mind doing it. But I'll get this done. There's certain things you're good at it, but others are better. And there's certain things you would do for free, whether you got paid or not. This is where I spend all my time. Right here. And until you get to the point where you can do this all you want, all you like, the things that you love to do and you would do for free, you got to manage these other three. Even if it means paying someone to do the ones you don't like to do. There's a reason if you don't like cutting grass, you hire a company. You're like, man, I just don't do cutting grass. Here, $50, $100, whatever. Because you're used to, look, I can't do it, so you do it. I have determined someone will get paid to do what I hate doing. That's just the bottom line. I don't do things I hate doing. There are a lot of things that I do, but I power through it. When your money gets up to where you want it to be, you'll pay somebody for both of these because your time is more valuable than the money. See, if you got your time on your side, the money's going to increase because you're doing things in the love quadrant that generate more bucks. This one, you're good at it, but others are better. So right now in your business, you're like, Brian, I can't afford money. I can't really afford to pay people to do a lot of things. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm saying make sure you stay in these quadrants. And every now and then dip over here and stay out of that. Now you'll start getting some of your time back. That's what I ask myself anytime I'm about to take on some operations. My operations got to be tight. Stuff got to be seamless. I got to be able to handle problems quickly. This person fell out the business. That's not my problem. That's his. You wasting my time convincing them. I'm losing money convincing you to do something you told me you don't want to do. You taking money out of my account, my time account. Your team. It's 4 things you got to understand. You got complainers, you got drainers, and you got trainers. This is all I focus on. I don't deal with complainers. I definitely don't deal with drainers. Only 3 kinds of reps. Complainers, drainers, trainers. That's it. A lot of you guys spending 80% of your time with them. And you spending 20% of your time with the trainers. If you don't learn anything else in life, period, forget business. The 80-20 rule, that's for real. That's in everything. 80% of the people at your job ain't doing nothing. 20% of the people at your job are the reason everything moving. Only 20% of y'all. Everybody else riding the clock. I'm telling you. And I don't know which one you are because I'm not there with you. But some of y'all are clock riders and some of y'all are really the reason this whole company in business. 80-20 is everything. Everything. Religion. 80% of the people on Easter go on Easter. 20% of these people faithful. Don't matter holiday. We come everywhere. Every Sunday we worship. We participate in the outside activities of the church and within the church. We real members. We tithe. We here for real. Only how many percent? 20? Other 80% visitors, so-called members, only on this every first Sunday. That's everything. Everything. So we gotta understand that of your group, the 80-20 rule applies in your organization, but I'll be honest with you. In leadership, it's the 10% rule. 10%. If you have 10 people in your group, one is coming to game changer. And that's who? You. You sitting around here mad, talking about, man, ain't nobody coming. You trying to defy a rule. You coming. You don't have no group. It's 10 of y'all. Here's a good note. If you know everybody in your group, it's not big enough. That's the name of the game. You got to get to a point where you're like, who you under? Steve. Who's Steve? You know, John sponsors Steve. John who? John Smith out of Kentucky. Now, why you get embarrassed? You're like, yeah, John. Yeah, I know John. You're like, dang, this thing getting big. You know, good and well, you don't know John. That's a good thing. If you have 100 people in your group, only 10 coming to game changer. Y'all trying to squeeze blood from turnips. If you have 1,000 people in your group, 100 coming to game. See, this is a leadership conference. I don't expect everybody to come. I just need, we ordered, when I get this room and pay for it, I just need what I got right here. The group way bigger. And it don't mean that I don't respect them. I just want to train the leadership this quarter. That's it. Whoever chooses to be leadership, I'm going to be right here. I'll be right here. Ain't nothing personal. So watch the time you spend with complainers. They will end up draining you, and you need to be developing trainers. Here's how we got to do it. You ready? Quote of the weekend. Trade your time to make more money than you trade your money to create more time. You got to do that. You got to trade your time to make some more money. That means for a minute, y'all, 6, 12 months, you got to put the work in. Put the work in. Put the time in. That time is going to bring you some more money. Then as you start making a lot of money, you can start trading this money and buying some more time. Because now you can outsource, hire people. What you used to do all on your own, now you outsource, and now you got more time to make more what? More money. That's the name of the game. You want to work less and make more eventually. You got to flip it. Right now, a lot of you guys feel like you're working more and getting less. It's because you're not working properly. Does that make sense to you guys? But it starts with you putting in the what? The work, which equals the time. Then when the money comes, you say, now, man, my residual check is huge. It's coming whether I work or not. But if I want that to grow, I got to develop some more trainers. I no longer deal with the whiners and complainers. I'm making more money. Now I can outsource some stuff, get help with the kids, get a babysitter every now and then because I'm doing it for them. Now I can afford to have somebody watch them a little bit because I didn't have that money at first. So I can go out here and make some more money so I can have time with my kids the rest of my life. So you gotta put the work in, sacrifice some of the time because you're not making the money. Make the money and buy back your time. That is what I did. In retrospect, that's how I did it. You don't know it when you're going through it, but that's what I did. Now, if I was that kind of person, I could take off. I'm telling you. But you got to put it into work. And here's what has to be your attitude. If you don't, you will find somebody who will. Here's what we have to do to get there. This is what you got to do to get there. There are 4 roles you got to develop in your organization. This has to happen. The group will not grow if you don't have these 4 people. And these are not individuals. These are several groups of people. You have to have the Smiths. You listening? All right. Ryan? All right. I'm listening to all the little cities. Don. Chicago, you ready? All right. Everybody, I ain't missing nobody. I'm just saying. Local leaders have to be built. They're cultivated. They're not born. You got to grow your leadership. Local experts. That's phase 1 of your team. A group of local experts in the area who know a few fundamentals. Phase 2 is area leaders. I'm going to define them in a second. Phase 3 is heroes from afar. And phase 4 is living legends. But it starts with the core. People don't understand. That's why I do Game Changer. I'm building the local experts, and you go home and become an area leader. Now, if you do what I'm going to teach you this weekend, when you get home, you will develop heroes from afar. A hero from afar is somebody who does not live in that city, who comes into that city just to be a different voice for that city. Look, when I was doing network marketing at my peak, before I started training and building my brand, when I was doing network marketing and it's all I was doing, let me tell you something. We grew companies and teams so big that we would intentionally parachute. Parachuting is when you just take your book bag and some applications and just jump into a city that has no presence. We will fly out and parachute and not leave till we develop 5 of these. Now watch what happens. 5 or 6 of us will go do that. Jump, parachute. You do Charlotte this weekend. I'm in Chicago this weekend. You do Nashville this weekend. You do Miami, Florida this weekend. You do Tennessee. We come back. Now my city grows some area leaders who promote my colleague flying in. Because they heard from me all week, all month. They've been hearing from me the past 90 days. Now I go to Miami where he was 90 days ago, and we blitz the city. Brian, who pays for that? That's on your own dime. Here's why. We're building each other's groups because that group need to hear from somebody other than who? Other than you. That's a hero from afar. The hero can come in and say the same thing. Your people like, man, that trainer was a beast. That's the same training he did last week. He just heard it from another voice. Man, no, but so-and-so was really good. It's the same format. All 5 of us sat down and wrote the same format. But it's something about the way he said it. No, it's him. Your people need to hear from somebody else. That's why your numbers drop. If it's just you, after a while, they're like, man, I'm tired of it. It's the same voice. You got to develop area leaders and heroes from afar. Now, when heroes from afar go out and we cut the United States up like a piece of cake, northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. Now, when the living legend come in, your group won't miss the meeting. They won't miss the meeting. Because first, we went in, we jump, we parachute. We land. We do what's called donut your city. We grow it, create some local leaders. Then we see who sticks out the most and convert them to the area leader. We teach them a little bit more than we teach them. Y'all just need to focus on this right now. Keep doing your thing. We take 3 of them and turn area leaders out of the local experts. I need you, and you. We're going to do a private session. Everybody else, good night. I stay with them till midnight, all night. We training, we going over it. Seriously, after a while, they'll take shape. Living legends. I promise you, man, after a while, you think I'm lying. You'll be able to walk into a room, like a big conference, and just because you're there, everybody in. They're like, that's what everybody been talking about. Hey, just came out to support the city. I got to get out of here. Man, we in. We seen him. We met him. Tell me, everybody in. Make sense? That's after a while, you just walk in, man. Look, y'all in? I ain't have a whole bunch of time. I'm going to take 3 of y'all to the top with me. Man, I'm in. A living legend can just talk, show up. But you gotta put in the work to elevate yourself to that point where you floating now. That's how that works. So, like, I might be a hero from afar for you right now. Right? I fly to the city, everybody sure. They get excited because I'm there. It's just a hero from afar. It's nothing real special about it. You're doing great training. You're doing what you're supposed to do. They're just tired of that voice. So what you do, you cultivate a whole new 20%. Get rid of the 80, cultivate a new 20 who respects you. It's psychological. It's intentional. I got to fade out, bring you in so the new 20% get to know who. Everybody don't need to know me. It's wearing out the effectiveness of the whole strategy. That's why I'm so bang. Can you step up and do it? Oh, man, I'm not the kind of person to step up. Okay, keep it moving because I need somebody to understand the cycle. I got to step out so you can step in. Then I'll elevate you to this level and you'll be flying to another city. Don't have nothing to do with your group, but I'll be in your group. So we do this.